Hello Capricorn, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here with your September 2025 general reading. We're looking at the first half of September for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Please do subscribe and like. If you know your other sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, it's helpful to watch those videos as well for additional insight. If something about this reading hits home and resonates with you and you'd like to explore what it means and how to deal with it in your own personal life and situation, or you just like the reading style, if you're interested in having a personal reading with me for yourself or perhaps as a gift for someone else, you can email me for more information, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can click on the description of this video below to see those contact details as well. I can usually get back to you the same day. I cover all areas of life, love and romance, relationship compatibility, career, work, money, investment. I do 6 and 12-month overviews, different types, costs, spreads, lengths. There's something for everyone, and I do this full time, so I'm quite diligent about timely scheduling of personal readings as well. So email me if you're interested. I am using my headset today. There's some renovation going on outside, lots of hammering and sawing and stuff, so I didn't want it to interfere. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what the first half of September of this year, 2025, looks like for you. Death. So we have changes, letting go of or needing to let go of perhaps an old way of behaving, an old way of thinking, in order to have change and transformation in a situation in your life. Usually represents a period of change and transition. It's going to require letting go of something. And now that something might be an actual like person, place, job, or it could be a way of thinking, a way of looking at something. We have the Queen of Wands here, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Showing up as a female, but this is a general reading, so it could be male as well. This is somebody who is important and relevant in your life during this time, or influential in some way. Could also be energy that you're manifesting. This is the Queen of Fire, very action-oriented, perhaps charismatic. The textbook Queen of Wands anyway is the Queen of Fire, you know, action-oriented, charismatic, knows what they want and goes after it. Decisive. Somewhat flexible, perhaps not overly flexible. Next we have the Empress. This might be a family connection with the Empress. It might be a mother figure, grandmother, aunt, sister, something like that. I mean, it's a general reading, so I try not to get too hung up on genders here, but the Empress, like the Emperor, is a fairly masculine energy. The Empress is a fairly feminine energy. It's a card of abundance, fulfillment, dedication, creativity, realizing your potential. The time is right to begin new things, to plant seeds, to manifest something. For some of you, it might represent conception, fertility, pregnancy. Others of you, it might be related to a female, particularly next to the Queen of Wands, and it might be a family member, again, like mother figure, aunt, grandma, sister, something like that, or an older female, or a friend even. This could be a friend as well. Now your crowning energy, your overall kind of focus and theme for the first half of September, Capricorn, is the Four of Cups. An offer made, somebody not sure if they want to take it or not. It might represent finding themselves in a situation. I mean, some of you might be in a situation which is not ideal, and there's an opportunity to kind of get out of that situation and do something different or move forward on another path, an offer or opportunity of some kind. But there's a sense of, I don't know if I want to take it or not. I already have 3 cups upright and full, even if it's not an ideal situation, because this card can sometimes represent, you know, not being very quick to move down a new path or, you know, a new offer or opportunity because you've gotten perhaps complacent or lazy or even a bit apathetic in the situation you are in. So tell us more about that Four of Cups. Ace of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. The opportunity for a new beginning, to move down a new path, to do something new or to do something in a different way, particularly if it's about a relationship you have with this person, with another person. There's a sense of looking at what you have invested in something and asking yourself, okay, what do I want to do about this? Do I want to keep things the way they are? Do I want to see if I can grow them, make it better? Do I take what I can and move on? Do I maintain defensiveness about this? There's this sense here. Seven of Wands is not a very flexible energy, right? The Seven of Wands is, this is my red line and I'm not going to cross that. I'm not going to compromise that because they, feel they're being challenged. But there's, the cards are complex. There's many layers to them. And one of the layers of the Seven of Wands is that it's good sometimes to be challenged because it can cause us to double down in defending our position and thereby learning more about our own position and how we feel. Or sometimes it can cause us to take a look at our position or aspects of our position and go, well, maybe I don't need to kind of be so defensive on that particular part of this. So there's this sense of kind of taking stock, taking inventory, asking yourself. It feels like there's a situation here, some kind of, I think with some of you, it's going to be a particular relationship. And it may be that perhaps there was issues or problems within this relationship, and there's this sense of, maybe I need to take a look at this in a different way. Maybe I need to try something different here. Maybe I can be somewhat flexible in these areas where I wasn't before. There's just kind of this consideration sort of energy. So let's take a look at death. Okay, we have the Page of Cups, the Sun, the Three of Pentacles. So the change, the transformation here in death is about perhaps reaching out. This is like reaching out and trying to compromise and negotiate and hash it out. Because that's the Page of Cups, being a bit more emotionally open, reaching out to someone. Three of Pentacles, it's getting everybody on the same page, getting everybody to agree, right? Getting everybody to agree on what the most important thing is and how to achieve or maintain that most important thing. And that requires compromise and negotiation, which means that each side has kind of a red line, but there are things that they can compromise and negotiate about in order, for the greater good, or in order to create something or maintain something, and thereby have some sense of peace and harmony and clarity and illumination here. All right, let's take a look at the Queen of Wands. I feel like for many of you, this is a relationship that needs to be sorted out by each party kind of going, okay, this is what I can't do, but this is what I could do. And kind of, coming to a compromise on that. And the nature of the relationship is going to be different for everybody because it's, this is a general reading. Queen of Wands. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, I feel, really kind of underscores the connection that you have with this person, because the Six of Cups is a card of history, nostalgia, reminiscence, looking at these through rose-colored glasses, the connections we have, old friends, old lovers, family, childhood. This is the connection with that person. There's some decisions that need to be made here. Again, so we have the Ace of Wands twice, which is that new beginning. And the next card, of course, is the Two of Wands. Okay, a new beginning. So which path do I take? How do I accomplish this? How do we start off on this? There's been, I feel like, a lot that's gone on between you and this other person. Probably, reaching points where you feel discouraged and despair. Should I give up? But this is a card that represents being close to completing a difficult cycle. There's just there's just perhaps one more thing to do, or, it's the last quarter mile of the race that's the most difficult. It feels like a decision needs to be made to have that breakthrough to kind of wrap this up here. Perhaps learning how to communicate in a different way, perhaps being more flexible on, the things that you don't agree on, or just agreeing to disagree on certain things, and maybe you just stay away from certain things. I don't know. Again, it really depends on your own personal situation here. Let's take a look at the Empress. The Hermit. Somebody who's walked quite a long road of life and has had quite a lot of experiences, and now they have a wealth of knowledge and wisdom and experience to navigate forward by drawing on all the lessons that they've learned in their life. The Ten of Pentacles. Long-term security and stability, strongly connected to home and family, continuity, longevity, legacy, what we leave behind, what we have. I feel like for many of you, and the Ace of Cups, which is a new emotional beginning, but needing to kind of open your heart in a different, perhaps, sort of way. I feel like a lot of you, this has something to do with family, or the family community, or family system of some kind. And the choice or decision that needs to be made affects the family as a whole, not just a particular relationship, but the family as a whole. So again, it's a general reading. It might be about one specific relationship. It might be, in another area of life that includes other relationships, but that affects the family as a whole. But it definitely feels like some kind of change needs to happen, and that's going to require being flexible where there was inflexibility before, compromise and negotiation on both sides, in order to, in the name of the family, or the family stability, whether it's in relationships, the choices, or whether it's choices in like career and work and money as well. Kind of making sure that everybody gets on the same page. All right, advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Nine of Swords and Ten of Wands. Look, don't future trip about this too much, right? This is somebody who's thinking about it too much. They're overthinking it. They're thinking about it obsessively and with the worst possible negative outcome. Well, if I say this, then this will happen. If I do this, then that horrible thing will happen, right? Until it's almost kind of paralyzing, because it's fear of an unknown future, what's going to happen. You need to kind of cut that energy down, cut that energy in half, because something needs to be let go of. This, whatever this is, it hasn't been working, and it's not sustainable. What it has been isn't sustainable, and so some changes need to happen here. We have the Two of Cups. So relationship is important here. I don't know if there's a particular relationship that's central here, but it definitely affects relationship, home, and family. And some kind of soulmate, kindred spirit connection, whether it's family or somebody else. Don't try to tell yourself, oh, I can't because of this, I can't because of the other, they won't, I won't, blah, blah, blah. We have death here, which is, which we have already. We have death twice, the Ace of Wands twice. There's definitely a new beginning possible here, but it's going to require some kind of change and a letting go, as death represents, a letting go of old things, perhaps a way of looking at it before. Again, there's compromise and negotiation and kind of getting together and kind of hashing it out all over this in order to regain some sense of balance and continuity, which what didn't happen before and really wasn't working that way, in order to move forward. And there's also kind of a theme here of stability, continuity, legacy, longevity of home and family as well. So I'm going to leave it there, Capricorn. Those are your messages for the first half of September 2025. And for those of you for whom it resonated and hit home and really made sense, I hope it was helpful and useful to you. If it was, or if you just like the reading style, again, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself, or perhaps as a lovely gift for someone else, you can email me for more information, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can click on the link below, the description of this video below, to see those contact details as well. I would be absolutely delighted to hear from you. I will see you all shortly. Be safe, be well, take care of yourself, and many blessings to you. Bye-bye.